Hey, this is Matt with Divine Superconductor TV, and this is a video on how to ground your car. So this is something that I started to do a couple months ago, and it's made a huge difference in my energy levels while I'm traveling. All you do is you get a grounding strap, which I'll link below, and you have to set a towel down or a yoga mat, and you go under the car and you hook it onto a metal part of the car. Here I zip tied it on there, and you just want the metal to be in contact with the frame of the car. That's the whole purpose. And as I drive, this is dragging, so this attracts the attention of people, of cops. I've noticed I've gotten stopped multiple times where the cop says, "Hey, what's that dragging in your car?" They thought I was a racer or something. And probably once a week I'll get someone when I'm in the parking lot, "Hey, you have something hanging from your car." No, it's just an anti-static strap, don't worry about it. If they seem open, then I'll tell them, yeah, it's a grounding strap. It actually reduces fatigue and it grounds me to the earth, but I kind of feel it out a little bit. Most people will say, yeah, it just stops me from getting shocked, which is what the purpose of this is. It's an anti-static strap. So you could hang it, as you can see on the back, it's kind of on the bottom left. You can hang it, if you can, more towards the middle of the car. I just couldn't find a metal thing to attach it to there. Now, most people would stop there with grounding. They would just ground the car and they'd be done with it. But what's the point of grounding your car if you're not grounded to the car? So I'll link this below too. It's like maybe 60 bucks for all this stuff. And this is conductive carbon. Same thing they make the earthing mats out of. And it's connected here. You could rig something up yourself, probably cheaper. So essentially you're working with one of these guys, alligator clip, and you want to clip it to the metal of the car. So right here it's pretty easy for me. And so it doesn't come undone. You want to clip it somewhere where it won't really snap off too easy. Sometimes it'll come off, you'll hear it click off, and you just put it back on. Try to find a spot where you won't kick it, it won't snag on your feet while you're driving. But it has to be exposed metal like that. It can't be painted over. And so I have leather seats in this car. When this is electrically connected to this, leather is conductive. That's why the Native Americans wore moccasins. And when my arm is resting on this, or my leg, if I'm wearing shorts, is resting on this, or even if I have pants on and I'm slightly sweaty cotton can actually conduct electricity. So a lot of people think it has to be skin to skin. There's actually a little bit of conductivity when there's some sweat involved. It's like sweaty socks. Like if you're wearing grounded shoes and you're wearing wool socks during the winter, I'm probably going to do that hack here in the mountains. I will still be grounded and I'll be staying warm, and the sweat that accumulates in my shoe will make me more conductive. To recap, ground here to the metal frame of the car, then you're going to ground yourself to the metal frame of the car. And what's the purpose of all this? Well, the purpose is to, pretty much stay connected to the earth while you're traveling. Because one of the biggest things with traveling is the fatigue of being disconnected from the earth's magnetic field, from the tectonic plates. Right now, I'm wearing these because I have some pretty wild, huge ants here in the mountains. So I'm usually in these flip-flops, and they're plugs. They're grounded. These are grounded sandals. It's a little conductive carbon. So I'm grounded pretty much all the time. But when we're driving, we're insulated. We have 4 tires, 4 rubber insulated tires. And that keeps us electrically disconnected from the earth, and that's why we get fatigued. And that's why when you get out of the car after a long road trip, sometimes you have that static buildup where you'll touch a person or you'll touch a metal object, and you'll have that discharge. That's positive charge that had built up on your body while you're driving, especially with leather seats are generally better. When you have cotton seats, that rubbing actually creates a electric positive current, positive charge, and your body absorbs that positive charge. Protons, inflammation, fatigue. Our bodies needs both protons and electrons to run the electron chain transport in the mitochondria, but it mostly needs electrons. Just like we're mostly alkaline, we're mostly negatively charged as well. This has been pretty profound to me to ground myself while I drive. It's worth the hassle of getting hounded by people as well. And I recommend it for the price. It's like 30 bucks for each one. Super affordable, and you just pretty much buy them once and you're good. If you really want to go all out, you get a lodestone. It's a magnetite that's been struck by lightning. It's an earth battery. And you put this lodestone on the mat while you're driving. And now you're really grounded. And you're trickle charging your battery while you're driving. And just the last thing I'll mention with grounding while you're driving is, what is this? This is concrete. This conducts electrons. It does. Electrons can actually move through this. So a lot of people think concrete is not conductive. It is. You can measure it with a voltmeter. When you're driving on the freeway, most freeways are concrete. Yeah, there's some asphalt, some non-conductive asphalt, but most of the freeway is concrete. And so even if you're on a stretch of asphalt for like 20, 30 minutes, and then you hit maybe a stretch of concrete for even just 2 minutes, you're actually discharging a ton of protons from your body. Get your grounding on, ground yourself where you're driving, get as connected as you can, take your DHA, get naked in the sunlight, get AM sun in your naked eyes, throw out the sunscreen, throw out the sunglasses. This is not medical advice, but reconnect with what we disconnected from. The earth, the sun, drink the best water you can. All of these things work together. Light, water, magnetism. Take MitoLife DHA while you do these things, and you'll find that you have to eat less food. You actually feel this efficiency finally in your body, where things are just, you're like a free energy device. It's pretty cool. Check out the purest and most potent microalgae DHA extract on the planet over at mitolife.us. And stay supercharged.